Welcome to the Why Winds Meet Law series. Nearly everyone knows that Tianying is the guy who connects all the Qinghe quests, but very few people know that the River Master connects almost all the Kaifeng stories, including the main story, One Leaf, One Life, and even the world bosses. That's because the River Master is a nightmare to understand without some outside context. Let's fix everything and see the real Kaifeng timeline in the next 12 minutes. The river theme is so important for the game that future patches will revolve around it too, so we need to first get to know what River Master means and why it's a much bigger deal than you might think. China's troubled history with water. Just like how people in the West all know about the Great Flood in the story of Noah's Ark, the Chinese all know the story of how Da Yu tamed the floods. As the story goes, the first Chinese dynasty was founded because Da Yu brought floods under control and earned the people's trust. But how could someone become the founding figure of China simply by taming floods? Because it was anything but simple. The river in the game refers to the Yellow River, or Huanghe. It's the 6th longest river system on Earth. It's so important for agriculture and trade that it's called the cradle of Chinese civilization, like the River Nile to Egypt. About half of this water comes from the mountains nearly 5,000 meters above sea level, which is why Huanghe is often called Heavenfall water. The river starts out crystal clear, but after winding through the extremely dusty plateau, it becomes the most sediment-heavy river in the world, hence the name Yellow River. Every year, Huanghe carries about 1.6 billion tons of sediment downstream. This entire delta, 7 times the size of New York City, is formed from sediment and keeps pushing into the sea, fast enough to be seen in satellite images. But this creates a huge problem. As sediment piles up at the bottom of the river bed rises higher and higher. Before modern dams, Huanghe was extremely prone to flooding. It has flooded over 1,500 times in recorded history. To put things into perspective, around 120 million people currently live in the Huanghe Basin, while over 420 million people live in nearby provinces that rely on it as a water source. Each flood could wipe out entire towns through drowning, famine, and disease. For thousands of years, the main solution was reinforcing the riverbanks. Whenever a bank broke, it was built taller, but once floodwaters escaped, they often could not flow back into the river because in many places the riverbed was already higher than the surrounding land, sometimes by as much as 10 meters. This is called a suspended river and makes future floods even more deadly. Because of this instability, Huanghe has changed its course many times. Flooding along the river played such a major role in Chinese history that it even contributed to the fall of the Ming dynasty. On rare occasions, it was also deliberately used as a weapon. In real history, the Southern Song dynasty once completely redirected the course of Huanghe by bursting its banks to induce flooding and block a Jurchen invasion. But because of the enormous cost to civilians, this was always a desperate and highly controversial choice. In modern history, the Chinese Nationalist Party, or Kuomintang, deliberately changed Huanghe's course twice without warning civilians, causing floods that killed hundreds of thousands, displaced millions, and became one of the worst environmental disasters in history. These actions damaged public trust and later became one reason they lost popular support. After the founding of modern China, massive river engineering projects and large-scale reforestation on the dusty plateau finally brought Huanghe under control. Now that we understand the unique role Huanghe plays in Chinese history, let's dive into game lore. The name Feng Yi literally means the god of Huanghe. In many Western myths, a god is the thing they represent. Gaia is the earth, Helios is the sun. But in Chinese mythology, gods usually control a force of nature rather than being that force. That is why Feng Yi, the river god, is called the River Master. From this point on, everything is game lore, not actual history. 1,000 years ago, the Zhang family of Roaring Sands was given a dragon's right scroll by the Han Emperor. Since then, every generation of the Zhang family was tasked with serving as river masters. Their duty was to turn carpfish into dragon kings, creatures that would help tame Huanghe. The old man who kicks us down the dungeon is the 67th river master of this family. 15 years ago, The 67th River Master hated this inherited duty and wanted to enjoy wuxia in the Jianghu. When he ran away from home, he met Zhu Yu, a Silver Needle doctor who had come to Kaifeng to save people. At this time, it was just 1 year after the Battle of Zhongduqiao. The Khitan Emperor had seized the throne and unleashed his army to pillage Kaifeng. Zhu Yu soon realized that healing people was not enough. To protect them, she had to draw the sword. She heard that a tavern owner was hosting Khitan soldiers and went to investigate. It turned out that the owner had set a trap to burn down the tavern and kill the Khitans inside. Zhu Yu fought alongside the tavern owner, then vanished the next day, leaving behind only a golden leaf. The Khitans searched the city for her, but the people of Kaifeng helped hide her by carrying golden leaves. She became known as the Red-Sleeved Swordsman, a doctor who killed enemies, staining her sleeves with blood. The Red Sleeve Special, Heavenfall's version of Parting Tears, is named after her. At this time, Feng Yi was a fish seller in Kaifeng. He was saved by Zhu Yu, fell in love with her, and stayed by her side ever since. Together, they either had or adopted a daughter, Feng Ruzhi. The Khitan pillaging caused immense suffering and outbreaks of disease, but the imperial clinic in Kaifeng could not handle mass treatment. Zhu Yu forced it to open to commoners and replaced expensive medicines with remedies made from common herbs. Even her name, Zhu Yu, is the name of a medicinal herb still tied to a traditional festival today. Moved by Zhu Yu's xiayi, the 67th River Master gave her the Dragon's Right Scroll and asked her to become the 68th River Master. He revealed the secret of the River Masters. Carpfish were fed the transformation elixir and turned into massive creatures called Dragon Kings. These creatures helped clear silt by digging through the riverbed. But elixir is an ironic name, because after serving for 15 years, every Dragon King would suffer massive pain and had to be killed. Zhu Yu was horrified by the cruelty of the system, but she accepted the role to protect the people. She also reached out to the Moas Hill sect, hoping for an engineering solution to end the 15-year cycle, but received no reply. When we unlock the Moas Hill map later, we will see more related quests. The Khitans later attacked Roaring Sands to seize control of Huanghe. The Zhang family pretended to surrender, while Zhu Yu controlled the Dragon King to flood the enemy at fallen invaders' mound. Enraged, the Khitans later massacred the entire Zhang family. Zhu Yu rushed to save them, but arrived too late. Only one person survived, Zhang Cuo. She adopted him and founded the Dragon Hall. 12 years ago, unending war and social collapse blurred the line between armies and bandits, causing mass famine and plague. The Zheng family was a wealthy and respected household in Plainfield. Zheng E, kind-hearted by nature, shared food from his family's granary to save his childhood friend, Shen Yilun. But Shen Yilun's elder brother became greedy and led bandits to burn the village. Among the victims was the Wolf Maiden, who fled and was later raised by wolves. Zhu Yu once again came to the rescue and relocated survivors to Sorrowfield village. The 12 Years of Feud quest is likely shown from Zhu Yu's point of view. She adopted the young Zheng E and took him as her student. 8 years ago, the Zheng family enjoyed only 4 years of peace before disaster struck again. Poison from Sun Buqi's experiments in Mistvale Forest spread to Sorrowfield village. Zhu Yu helped to build the Mercy Hall to treat the infected and moved healthy villagers to Apricot village. The Zheng family refused to move again and remained behind. Zhu Yu and Zheng E worked together to find a cure, but both became infected. She repeatedly tried to retrieve Sun Buqi's research notes from Mistvale Forest and failed. 8 years later, we finally recover those notes and deliver them to a Silver Needle disciple. Around this time, Chai Rong became emperor. He fully opened the imperial clinic to commoners. He respected Zhu Yu so deeply that he built a Zhu Yu pavilion next to the clinic, which made Feng Yi a little jealous. He also built a drum near Ethereal Mountain, promising that if floods came, she only needed to beat the drum for a flood watcher to answer. 2 years ago, Huanghe flooded Kaifeng on a massive scale. At the same time, Big Zhao was launching the Chenqiao mutiny to take the throne. Zhu Yu beat the drum so loudly that the entire city heard it, but the Flood Watch official was busy supporting the mutiny. No help ever came. In the end, Zhu Yu used her last bit of strength to protect the people and died. Before her death, she met a man in black. Feng Yi suspects that the man in black was a Song government agent. After she died, Feng Yi became the 69th River Master and traveled north to investigate Zhu Yu and Chairong's death. Again, all of this is fictional. After Big Zhao founded Song, he cracked down on the Dragon Hall. The organization split in two. Zhang Cuo led the Jade Serpent Hall, which pledged loyalty to Song. Feng Ruzhi led the Blood Scale Hall, which openly opposed Song. She worked with Maoist Hill disciples to rebuild dikes and protect Heavenfall Crossing. However, judging by how close Feng Yi, Zhang Cuo, and Feng Ruzhi remain, their split was very likely staged. Today, by this point, the Zheng family is sick and much smaller in size, unable to hold on to their old land in Plainfield. The Song government then gave that land to newly enlisted soldiers, handing it to the very bandits who attacked Zheng-E 12 years ago. This became the final push that turned Zheng-E against the Song. Since the crackdown 2 years ago, Heavenfall Crossing has become a poor village. To raise money, Feng Ruzhi even hosts a martial arts tournament where the winner gets to marry her. At this time, Feng Yi returns from the north, and this is the start of the whole main story. The blissful retreat gets destroyed. Feng Yi shows up as a boatman and takes us to Kaifeng. Why was he there? My theory is he originally planned to pick up Aunt Han as agreed. After taking us to Revelry Hall, he also sent Zhang Cuo to attend the Heroes' Assembly on behalf of the Jade Serpent Hall. For 2 years, the Song government refused to acknowledge responsibility for Zhu Yu's death. Frustrated, Feng Yi worked with the Emperor of East to move grain to Ghostlight Market. In return, the people of Heavenfall get a share of the food. All of this finally leads to the Heavenfall Campaign, where Zhang Cuo and Feng Yi stage the show. Zhang Cuo spreads rumors that the River Master has allied with the Khitans and plans to flood Kaifeng like he did a few years back. The real goal is so that the Song government can no longer keep ignoring them and have to start talking. Once again, we are dragged into their performance. In the River's Fury quest, the old man asks you to release Zhu Yu's Dragon King from his suffering. In this campaign, you fight Feng Yi, the 69th River Master, who summons his new Dragon King. It is now exactly 15 years since Zhu Yu became River Master. The cycle continues. In the end, Feng Yi finally gets to meet Zhao Er, the Kaifeng prefect. The game never tells us what they discuss, but afterward, Feng Yi seems no longer furious, only deeply sad. So there you have it, the Kaifeng main story, One Leaf, One Life, the world bosses, the dream puppet poison, and even the map locations are all connected. Zhu Yu, a commoner hero, touched so many lives just like Tian Ying did in Qinghe. It's an incredible story, but one that is difficult to fully understand without outside context. So I do hope the game improves on localization and storytelling. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what topics you'd like to see in my future videos.